let's see what's inside the box of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So here is the box itself. So here's the phone. Wow. So this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. All right, you guys are welcome to another review. I hope you guys enjoy that quick unboxing of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is the purple, the deep purple one, and it looks beautiful. I love it. All right. So this review is about the quick unboxing as well as a comparison. So today I'm doing a comparison between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and my professional camera, which is right in front of me, which is the Sony A7IV and the 24 f1.1 f1.4 G Master lens, and also two other iPhones, which is the iPhone 10 and iPhone 12. Now I have few rules, and I thought about which camera should I compare with the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So let me just go through my thought process first of all. So I do feel that people that have the iPhone 13 don't really need to upgrade to iPhone 14, except you have some few money to throw around, or you just want to buy the latest phone and the greatest phone. Then yeah, you might as well go ahead, because the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14 look very much similar in terms of the battery life, in terms of a lot of features. They look alike. The form factor, the design is just practically the same. And then it's just probably a year older. So I feel like you're an iPhone 13, you can just hold on for the next version. Now I do feel like the people who are on 12 will most likely be thinking about upgrading, and people who are probably on 10 and obviously 11. Now I have the iPhone 10 with me. I have the iPhone 12 and iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I decided to use them with the professional camera. Now, what I will be doing in the course of this review is I'm gonna go take you guys to my computer, where I'll be showing you guys some of the pictures I've taken and some of the videos I've taken. I want to get you to get your pen and paper and guess which one is which. When you guys see everything on screen, I want you to say maybe A is iPhone or this or that, and let's see how many you will score. At the end as well. So for me, it's a fun comparison, and just to see, for you guys to be able to see with your own eyes, because when you start to see things in a real life situation, it's much better, because all this talks about iPhone is best, the camera is so wonderful, this and that, it's all talk, right? How does it perform in a real life situation? When you take it out there in different conditions, when using this phone, how does it perform? The other thing I consider was, I really went for the 24 on my professional camera, because the main camera on these phones are 24. The best camera on the iPhone, they are 24mm. So I decided to go for the lens to make it a fair comparison with the rest as well. The third thing that I did was I make sure that I didn't edit, the pictures. All the pictures I didn't edit, except for one or two that I had to do just a little tweak. But majority, I would say like 90%, nothing was touched. Even with the phone camera, I did not edit any one of them at all. So, but you guys will see those pictures and see the video as well. But before we get into those the pictures and the video, if this is your first time on this channel, you can subscribe. It'll be good to subscribe. That will help me to keep going, to keep supporting the channel. Beyond that, you can also click on the notification bell to get notified each time I release a new video. And you like any of my video, why don't you just smash on that like button as well? Without any further ado, now let's head over to my computer and let's see those images and the video as well. And when we come back, I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Let's go. what do you guys think about those pictures and the video? Did you guess right? How many did you get wrong, and how many did you get right? I mean, the decision lies in your hands, guys, because you guys can see from my own personal feeling and experience, because I'm testing all these things from a photographer and a filmmaker point of view. I've restricted my review to photography and filmmaking because I feel like that's what I do, and that's what I'm doing review on. And I know that people watching this review are people who probably wants to thinking about upgrading, or people who wants to hear one or two things about the, whether they should buy a professional camera or stick to using their phone, things like that. People that do content creation and different people like that. From my own personal finding, I do feel like the colors on the iPhone 14 Pro Max are very beautiful, but sometimes they're very, very contrasty and very punchy colors. If you guys look at the color of the sky, I haven't touched any one of them. This looks way, I mean, there's a lot of compression going on YouTube, but from my screen, I can tell you that the colors on the iPhone 14 Pro Max was so punchy and contrasty. Similarly with I think the pink flower as well, it was very contrasty and punchy as well. I feel fairly with other ones, I feel that they are okay, but overall they have beautiful colors coming out of this scene. Sometimes it feel like way over the top a little bit, just a little bit, but I'll say overall it has good colors. And also one other thing I discovered is that when I was outdoor, I was able to see my screen better, because this could go up to 2000 nits in terms of this screen brightness. While I struggle with the other two, with this one I could see my screen very, very clear. I think that comes in handy, especially when you're outside. That's another good thing I realized about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Where I really see the iPhone 14 Pro Max pulling ahead in my own testing is the macro shot. You guys can see, especially with the flower, we could get very, very close to those flowers. Like the way they even switch from the main camera to the macro, you wouldn't know, except that you're actually looking for that. So I think it was a beautiful, and the way it's beautifully done, and the pictures are really good as well. They're very nice. I mean, you can't complain too much about what this is actually giving you. This phone is giving you in terms of the macro capability of this obviously the camera on the phone. But how does it compare with the iPhone 12 and iPhone 11? I do feel like the iPhone 12, really, really, stayed with the iPhone 14 Pro Max in most situations. Like I said, the only area I feel like it pulls the iPhone 14 Pro Max pulled ahead was in the macro shot. And I think the colors on here is just a little bit better, but sometimes it could be too much. But I do feel like iPhone 12 really, really did well as well. In most cases, and I think it really did well. The other final area that I feel like the iPhone 14 Pro Max did well, better than the rest, was a little bit low light situation in the evening shot, the sunset situation. You could see that they were I think a little more noise in the iPhone 12. It was worse on the iPhone 10. iPhone 10 was just worse. It couldn't handle that much. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max performing a little much better. But it's not like a big difference. And now comparing the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the professional camera, I do feel like, there's a lot of similarities. Obviously the professional cameras produce, almost similar. They look very similar in some certain situation, but in other situation, I feel like, but if you're looking from the screen that I'm looking at, the professional cameras still look a little bit, sharper, a little bit just better overall in my own. It's not too much, but it's just in between. And also you have a lot of flexibility with that in terms of the dynamic range on the obviously the professional camera that can tweak there and there to recover the highlight and the shadows when it comes to the professional camera. So I just feel like the professional camera is still better, obviously, than the phone, obviously, in my own testing, and by not by much when you're looking at the pictures, except you really zoom in like that. But overall, if you're just looking at the pictures, I think they look a little bit much similar. So those are my finding for looking at comparing the iPhone 14 Pro Max with the iPhone 10 and 12, and also my professional camera. What do you guys think about that comparison? What did you score? I mean, how many did you miss and stuff like that? And let's have a conversation about what do you think is a good phone? What are the features that is most important to you on a phone? So, because what is a good phone to me might not be what is a good phone to someone, or the feature that I use mostly on a phone might be different to what somebody will normally use on their phone. We all have our preferences. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please, if you like this review, make sure you smash on the like button. I have another review coming soon. In that review, I'll just be telling you guys about my final verdict on this iPhone 14 Pro Max, and whether people should upgrade from one to the other, and who should upgrade from which one to which one as well, right? To watch that review, make sure you subscribe as well and click on the notification bell to get notified when that review comes out. On the next time, I see you guys. I say bye bye.